What's going on, y'all? So we are back. We are back for another Beyond the Gates review for this past week. And honestly, I don't really need to get too much into it because, first of all, I'm a little bit short for time. I am at work. It's like the last hour, and I got something else to do when I get home. But I really just wanted to touch on a couple of things, truthfully, okay? Because I think this is episode 104 to 108. They kind of dragged it a little bit, but it was okay. It was okay. I was kind of here for it. This whole situation with Martin and Smitty, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Martin, I know you want your man back. I get it. But you gotta wait. You gotta let him come down, okay? It's only been a couple of days. It's still fresh. It's still fresh. He ain't gonna come back that quick, you know what I'm saying? You know, look, Martin, your mama ain't coming back to your daddy anytime soon, okay? You see how long that's taking her, and she got a big reason. You ain't forcing her to get back with him, okay? But hey, and did y'all see the preview for next week when Ted said that, you know, she sent them divorce papers? Gotta send them papers. Them papers. Well, you know, Ted, Theodore, that's literally what you get, okay? Because at the end of the day, this whole situation between you, Leslie, and Eva, it's unforgivable, to be quite honest, because there's no way in hell, and I'm gonna be real honest, there's no way in hell that I or anybody that I know, especially no woman, who literally will be able to forgive. And if you can, baby, you a strong person, okay? Because I don't want to be able to forgive somebody who literally had a baby on me while I was in the process of trying to, you know, get pregnant for you, and I'm going through the motions because I'm taking medications and doing procedures so that I can get pregnant, and I'm miscarrying and all of that stuff, and my hormones are just all over the place, and you out here sticking your dick in this person and that person, and then you wind up not telling me for 20 plus years, and then the product of that affair that you tried to hide come in my face the whole damn time. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, okay? So no, Ted/Theodore, he should not be surprised that Nicole is sending him the divorce papers. And again, I know we ain't even on that episode yet, we ain't on next week yet, but I'm just saying, like, Ted has done absolutely nothing to try to get that woman back. He has put more effort into looking after Leslie and catering to her and Eva than his own wife. I mean, I get that you're trying to be close to Eva or whatever because you making up for lost time because you didn't know that she was alive. But at the same time, you didn't have to go that far as hiring her on your, you know, at your job or whatever. You ain't even have to go as far as trying to get her a job anyway. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's just me. Smitty, I get where he coming from. I know it's probably going to be some people that's probably thinking like, you know, Smitty need to let up. But no, he don't, okay? This is what happens. Them Richardsons, they begin to weigh, them Richardson men's begin to weigh with a lot of stuff, okay? And speaking of, but I do see them reconciling. I do see them reconciling. Do I see them possibly slipping up? I want to say no. I don't want, I know I said cheat, okay? Go ahead and cheat Smitty. But if Smitty was to go get a little ding-a-ding on the side, I would be okay with it. It's wrong, but I'd be okay with it. Also, it was really cute to see with the Articulates, they had added Barbara into the program. That was really, really beautiful. Because, girl, I'm sitting here looking like, I knew her. Like, my auntie and my cousin grew up with her in the projects. That's how I'm sitting here looking like these are some real people or whatever. Like, this is a real group. And it felt very much like when they do the in memoriam at like the Grammys or something like that, or the BET Awards. It felt very much like that, but very well put together. You know, showing their histories as little girls and coming up and all of that. Anita still, I don't like the agent. The agent, he gives me very much sneaky vibes. I'm going to try to F you over in the long run type of vibes. It just gives that coming from him. It's very slick, right? Also, I'm glad that he was okay with the fact that Anita said, listen, sir, that's cute or whatever that you want to do this little tour. You want me to come back out on this solos thing, but I'm not looking to do that. And you see all of the demand that the articulates and the girls have been getting. Go over there and talk to them. Hook them up with something and let them get their shine that they deserve. And he did that, and they're cool with it, and I'm okay with that. We did see Madison Madison came up in there and she freaked out over Anita. You know what? I'm not even mad about it. I ain't even got nothing to say about it, because if I seen somebody that I really, girl, I ain't gonna freak out like that, but baby, I be quiet, and that's my whole thing. I hate the fact that I just know I'm gonna go quiet, because I'm gonna just be freaking out in my head, but I can't express that. I'm just not that type of person that's gonna express when I'm just overly excited, or oh my God, this is this. Because honestly, I don't get starstruck. No one I have seen, I have goosebumps. No one I have seen in person has ever made me starstruck, truthfully. Okay? And it makes me wonder, like, if I see my fave in person, will I do that? I feel like I still won't. I probably, like I said, be freaking out in the inside, but would I actually be acting like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah? No, that's just not my character. But that was cute or whatever. And Anita liked her, so I guess. Y'all see my Chicago Public Library shirt. I'm surprised I went. Girl, today was a day. I'll talk about it in another video. But no. So you got that going on. What else was happening? Nicole and Dr. Carlton. He ain't even making this. He's not even making it like on the sly that he trying to get with her. Like, there's all these compliments. You're just as beautiful as ever. And we had such a good time at this lunch. How about I take you out and have some dinner with you later? I said, wait a minute. Ted and Nicole ain't even divorced yet, and the divorce talk hadn't even came up yet, and you are already putting your bid in. You know what, Carlton? Let me tell you something. That man always play a devious ass character, okay? He always playing either the side nigga or somebody that's coming in to mess up somebody's home. And in this case, I'm okay with it, but at the same time, that's your homeboy, and y'all work in the same place, okay? Y'all got to practice together. You got to be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? You can't move too quick. It's gonna look bad on your part. It's gonna look a little bit bad on her part, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna let it slide, because you did what you did, Ted, and it's just what it is, okay? But hey, sometimes we got different type of morals that we want to uphold, and then we'll make an exception. I'm making a whole lot of exceptions, because at this point, I don't like Ted, okay? I don't like the way they writing him and just having him just so dumb, okay? Also, what is this shit with Doug and Vanessa? Vanessa girlfriend, why you keep holding on to Doug? I mean, I get it that y'all got kids, but at this point, the kids is grown. The kids grown. They probably done with college, or they at the tail end of college, but they grown. And the kids probably already know that y'all ain't been shacking together like that, and y'all ain't been click-clacking with each other like that for a minute. So, I'm gonna need y'all to just let that go. Excuse me. Just let it go. Just let it go. Okay, you want Joey. You have gotten so deep into this whole money laundering scheme to the point that you're coming up with different ways to maximize the profits and to make sure that the IRS don't, get involved because you making a little bit too much money and all this shit or whatever. And you just you really want to be the queen pin with Joey. I mean, I get it. Y'all got mad chemistry. Y'all do. Douglas, you're stupid. You're stupid. The way that he quit his job just because Ted called him out about the fact that, he got reported about basically zoning out in the middle of doing a surgery. You are working on somebody's heart. You are trying to save somebody, and you're zoning out because either you're thinking about gambling or you are drunk, okay? And then talking about, I don't give a fuck what the boys say, I quit, and you ain't got my back and all this stuff, whatever. I'm sitting here like, it's a difference between having your back okay, and being there for you. But on a personal level or a professional level, when it's going to, affect my practice, your house, your livelihood, and the fact that you could possibly kill somebody accidentally because you're not all the way focused, yeah, that we got to put that shit to the side and we got to do what's really right, okay? And what you doing ain't fucking right, And they're gonna say something. Well, I ain't got to do nothing. My wife comes from she comes from money. Oh, you think that's gonna be forever? You think that's gonna be forever? And then he up there, Joey done found out he was talking shit about him because he got the car tracked and bugged. Now he want to go over there and talking to Randy, and they want to come up with a plan to take Joey down. Both of them gonna get themselves killed. That's just all that it is, okay? They are gonna get themselves killed. Vanessa, girl, you kind of all right with me. I don't really care that you doing what you're doing, because that man was lying to you. And at the end of the day, I just need to understand why y'all just want to go ahead and get a divorce. Why you want to get a divorce? Because you still protecting him, but you don't want him. And what else? This bitch, let me just get on here. It's really the reason why I really wanted to do this review and skim past everything else, because there's only two things that's really worth talking about. Danny, Haley, and them, and Andre and Ashley. Let me get those shit that I can't stand out the way, okay? To the writers, again, of this show, what is going on in that writer's room? I know that you are online. Somebody is online because sometimes one of the writers or the producers of the show, what's her name, Michelle or whatever, sometimes you be putting up posts or whatever, to combat some of the negativity that you probably didn't seen or whatever. Put your little foot down and all that shit. That's cute or whatever. I like that. Y'all gonna take it or leave it, but I'm still gonna be here. Cool. But at the same time, baby girl, you need to listen to us on one thing. And that's get this shit with Ashley and Andre up out of here, because baby, we are not buying it. We are not buying it, and we are not interested. We don't want it. We didn't want it with Ashley and Derek because they were boring as shit. They were too goddamn perfect and lovey-dovey, and why would you mess them up like that? Like, they never seemed like they had an issue, and now all of a sudden she got an issue with this man. She don't want to be with this man, but now she want to get with Andre because he's dark and mysterious and he's having fun. Girl, listen. And it's the fact that her mama is up on her ass, basically trying to dissuade her from being with Andre or even liking Andre. And I don't know, it just came off a little undertone to this. Like, don't be with that wayward nigga. I'm sorry. It came off like that, okay? No, you need to give perfect white knight Derek, okay? That's what you need to do. Not this black wayward so-and-so. I know I'm probably reaching, but that's how it kind of interpreted into my ears, okay? I'm just saying. So, because I'm like, what is the problem? Because if like, I get it, but she never said she wanted an actual relationship with Andre like that. She just said he was practically opening up her eyes to different type of possibilities. And I have a problem with that too. Because you had this little date where he took the initiative to make it seem like he's gonna take you to Paris by putting it in your living room and all that. That was cute, I ain't even gonna lie, okay? But when you finally talk to Derek and you're expressing yourself the same way, and you're talking about this, the trip and the adventures and all of this stuff, you making it seem as if Derek is content to just being in one spot and he never wanted to take you anywhere or do anything with you. You know what I'm saying? You never gave him the opportunity to actually surprise you or be like, hey babe, let's go on a trip here. Let's go on a trip there. And so you make it seem like he's so stuck in his ways, or he's stuck with being, he's okay with just being right there in that little apartment. And you never gave him that opportunity, or you're making it seem like that's never what's gonna happen. And I'm sitting here like, girl, what? You could do all of the shit that you're doing with Andre with him. Okay? The only difference is Andre got a little money on him, or probably got a little bit more money. You didn't even give Derek a chance to do that. You couldn't open up your eyes and see the future or go adventuring with your man, with Derek. Like, what? You really thought that that's all that he wanted, was to just stay there No, couples go to trips and stuff like that. That was not a good excuse. I'm gonna need her mama to get up out their business too, because it's one thing for you to be concerned about your daughter, but it's another thing for you to be going over there to the ex and then trying to make him go over there and try to get back with your daughter and fix things, even though you already talked to your daughter and your daughter then already told you, I don't want that man. And then, so mind you, he gonna go ahead and do what you say and go over there trying to talk to Ashley and get back with her, and Ashley don't want him. Ashley want Andre. Andre over there playing around with Danny. They kissing in public. The kids seeing it. Everybody is confused, like, what the fuck? Chelsea like, bitch, I already knew. Naomi said, oh, so you ain't gonna tell me? Girl, nah, I just wanted you to pop up and find out yourself, okay? But it is what it is. And I'm gonna need them to stop doing this with Danny too. Danny is a mature woman. Well, is she now? She could be immature at times, okay? But she needs to be with somebody that is of her age and of her caliber, who actually know what they really want and understands where she's coming from for real. Because at the end of the day, I would love for Danny and to Andre to still be having a little playtime with each other. Do I want them to be in an actual relationship? No. Is he ready to be in a relationship with a woman like Danny? No. She comes with a lot, and he's not prepared for that, because he don't even do relationships. Yes, it would make more sense for him to be with someone of his own age group like Ashley, but not Ashley. If they were to swap the actress out, and put somebody else in there in place that actually got actual chemistry with him to be quote unquote Ashley, I will understand it. But this particular actress does not have the chemistry. It's not there. They're forcing it. And so he was about to break up with Danny after y'all done just went public. What? Don't play with me like that, okay? But see, he come over there, and Danny, you have to admit it, you only use that boy for sex. Maybe a couple of conversations here and there, but it don't really be that deep. And most of the time, it's just like when you need something, I need you to make me feel good on your Monster Ball Halle Berry type of shit. That's literally what it is, you know? And Andre, that's what your role. That's what your role was, you know what I'm saying? And you just need to understand that. Now, if you can't, deal with that, you need to just let it go for real, and stop playing with the lady, okay? Now, this is the other part. Haley is diabolical, okay? Haley is very much diabolical, because how dare you, and I feel like this was all planned. When they was in Bill's office, because Bill was about to get ready to go on a business trip to Atlanta for some type of hearing, briefing or whatever, and then he was gonna come back later, probably the next morning. My whole thing is, when she tripped over that box in the office and tried to, and Bill scolded the secretary or the other lady that was in the office, I don't think she really put that box there, okay? I think Haley did that shit. Or I think if it was there, she knew it was there, and she went on ahead and quote unquote tried to trip on it on purpose so that she can go through with this plan of this fake ass miscarriage, right? So she made it seem like, oh, she fell. Okay, cool. Bill was so, like, we're going to have to get you to the hospital. We're going to have to get you an appointment because, we got to see what's going on. She didn't want to do that. So he went on ahead to the doctor, to his trip, whatever. She goes down there to Uptown. She overhears, Danny talking about her to Pamela. She pops up and she calls herself want to, cuss out Danny and all this shit, and calling her old hags or whatever. Get your ones in or whatever, Haley, but at the end of the day, you are wrong and you will never be right, and Danny will always have the upper hand, because ain't nobody gonna be on your side. Regardless of what it is, ain't nobody gonna be on your side, right? And my whole thing is, you coming so hard at Danny because Danny been clocking your teeth. Danny been knowing from the get-go that you ain't pregnant. Okay, and even that little story that she told Naomi afterwards, you was never pregnant, baby. You was faking it then. And so previously she had got on the phone and she was calling somebody to get some help with something, right? And now we know exactly who it was. It was Randy, aka Sammy. How we know that? Because when she went up into Uptown, had her little, back and forth with Danny. Now all of a sudden she wanna fake like she cramping real bad. She goes in the bathroom and she conveniently comes out the bathroom with a whole bunch of blood on her. Now, are you serious? And screaming or whatever. Then this is the part that got me. This is the part that got me, bitch. When Danny said, let me take you to the hospital, she said, get away from me. I don't want anything from you, you bitch. I said, oh my God. Now, as soon as she would have did that, after I offered twice, yeah, it's time for me to go, okay? Whatever happens, happen. And the way that they made it seem like put all of that on Danny's shoulder and made her feel bad about what was going on. I mean, she a good person, I guess, because Ashley wouldn't. I'm not the one stressing you out just because I said I don't feel like that baby is real because you know it ain't real. Bitch, them words that I said a couple of times. We only met up a couple of times to say that. So you been so-called pregnant all these months and you ain't showing yet. And so now you got to do something to make it seem like you finna have a miscarriage and now it's going to be my fault. It's absolutely not. Okay? Did you just conveniently forget that you fell this morning? All right, there it is. But, Sammy just so happened to pop up and be like, I can take you to the hospital. A so-called stranger who is played by Randy, okay? That's the person who she called, okay, to help her out with this whole miscarriage situation. Mind you, he wasn't even supposed to be in the country, okay? He's supposed to be on the low because Joey after his ass. And he must have gave her some fake blood that she can go put on herself and come out and then take her to the hospital, quote unquote. He comes back to the Uptown to get her purse and her phone. Mind you, Danny done already called Bill. He was about to get on the plane, but he didn't because he's gonna go to the hospital to see what's going on. This bitch is at home keying with herself. And then Naomi pops up because Naomi went over there to talk to Ashley, and Ashley wound up telling her without telling her that Haley ain't take no goddamn ultrasound, and 9 out of 10 the bitch ain't pregnant. So Naomi went over there to confront her, and then she trying to say, well, what had happened was that first time when I thought I was miscarriaging, I just didn't want to get the ultrasound because I didn't know if I was. And in my mind, I was just thinking like, oh my God, maybe I'm still am, maybe I still am. And so I don't need no ultrasound because if I get the ultrasound, it's probably going to tell me the truth. And so, yeah, technically then I had already miscarried. Bitch, shut up. And Bill is just so scared. He finds out that she miscarried and all that shit. And my whole thing is, if you wanted this to be legit, you could have at least stayed in the hospital at least a day. Because you had something so traumatic happen to you, right? But see, the plan got thwarted because Bill came home way quicker than you thought that he would. You thought that he was going to be already on the plane in Atlanta, going to Atlanta. But truth be told, he hadn't even gotten on the plane yet. And so therefore he canceled his whole situation to come back to get you. One thing about it, two things for sure. Bill is turning out to be a good husband. Caring husband. I ain't gonna say good, but he caring. He'll drop what he gotta drop for that lady. And for her to do him like that, I mean, I can't stand the motherfucker. And whatever happens, happens. But I just feel like that's really messed up. Because why would you do that to him? That's your husband. What do you get out of it? What do you get out of it playing games like this? If you originally had a miscarriage before, just say that you had a miscarriage and it would have been okay. Why are we going through all of this? Why are we making up lies upon lies upon lies and bringing other people into it too? Bitch, and I can't wait till next week when the twins found out that June is their mama. And they did discuss it this week. And it was like, do you think about it? I don't think about it. I said, oh, all right. All right. But y'all, basically that was what was going on this week, okay? Not too much, not too deep. Doug is gonna get himself hurt. Either he gonna, oh, bitch, before I get up off of here. Jacob daddy finally cussed his ass out in his own way without cussing him out. Well, without saying curse words. Because that uppity, high and mighty by the rule book, he came up in Joey Casino and called his daddy there and tried to call him out because he was following his daddy. And the daddy was like, so you want to come at me and say that I'm crooked, but when you was supposed to arrest Danny, you didn't do that. When you was supposed to arrest Nicole, you didn't do that. When you was supposed to do this, you didn't do that. I was so glad that he called him out and told him, you gotta get that stick out your goddamn ass, okay? Because you're doing way too fucking much. Way too much. He irks me so bad. I said, what do you think you're accomplishing? Granted, we need good cops, but damn it, Jacob. Come on, you're doing a little bit much for me. Now, if this was the real world, I'd be like, you right, Jacob, but this ain't the real world. You're just irritating as fuck. But anyway, that's all I got, y'all. Let me get back downstairs so I can close out. I got 30 more minutes before I get up out of here. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoy your weekend, and I will see y'all later. Peace.